brilliant people. So why does intuition happen? It's an interesting question, isn't it? Because people who haven't done the work to have conscious intuition, they still have these intuitive moments. It's like, at these sort of almost seemingly random moments, this intuition comes through and it's like, and they know to ring someone or they know someone's in trouble. And it seems like this sort of magic that just appears out of the ether. But actually for me, it goes to show something different. It goes to show that even if we haven't done the work to develop it consciously, it's an innate ability. It's an innate thing that we can all do. It's the same as like, well, we can all play tennis. Like we can all get a racket and hit a ball around. It doesn't necessarily mean that any of us want to necessarily do the work to become really good at it. I mean, some of us, of course, will have natural talent, but just like tennis, with intuition, even if you do have natural talent, you still have to do the work if you want to really take it to a level in which you can achieve your potential with it. Any skill is like that. So if we're talking about it, so why does it happen with people who have conscious intuition? Well, that's easy. It happens because they've practiced it. But if we're talking about, so why does it happen with people who haven't practiced conscious intuition? So people who perhaps don't understand what intuition is, why is it that in these moments, this intuition is able to punch through the distraction in their life or, whatever other energies are going on for them and actually talk to them? Well, obviously it must be because for whatever reason, that particular intuition is really important for them. So whether it's because, the intuition is about someone they really care about, or whether it's something that's really important for their own life, there is just because of the importance of that intuition. It's actually able to have enough energy because there's enough intensity around it because of its importance that it can get through all the noise and interference in somebody's energy, in somebody's mind, and it can deliver the message. In fact, you could even say that the smaller the intuitions are that we get, the more evidence it is that we are able to have a conscious intuitive process, because we can hear even the little whispers about, don't go to that coffee shop today, go to this other one, and then later on you find that coffee shop was shut for some reason. Those little intuitions. I mean, I've lost count of the times when I'm thinking, I need XYZ, and I just know where to go, and there it is. But that's because the conscious intuition, of having practiced it. The difficulty, of course, is for a lot of people when intuition comes through and it's this random thing, so it's not conscious. Well, it's because they don't perhaps recognize it as intuition until after the event, and which is of course unfortunate, because it means that they weren't actually able to get the advantage out of the intuition that they could have, and which is why sometimes people say, oh, you can't use intuition for your own benefit. Of course you can. In fact, you're meant to use it for your own benefit. That's why you have it. It's meant to help you grow and expand and reach as much of your potential as you possibly can in this lifetime. So the reason why, though, people say, oh, you can't use intuition for your own benefit is because until you've actually practiced it and you've actually learned to know what that sort of internal alignment, that internal intuitive state is, it's kind of like often you try to force things, or you only tend to look at things when you're really worried about them, which isn't the best state to actually practice your intuition. And also obviously because often when intuitions are about things that are for our own benefit, we get so much doubt about it if we haven't practiced it, if we don't recognize it as intuition, that we don't listen. Anyway, so why does intuition happen? Well, as I said, if you're conscious, if you have a conscious intuitive process, it happens because you practice it like any other skill. And if you haven't practiced conscious intuition, it happens because it's really significant in some way or another. And of course, if that is happening to you, well, my suggestion would be then develop a conscious intuitive process so that it can happen more often, and that when it does happen, you can make the most of it and you can use your intuition to help you to be brilliant. So, as always, remember that you're brilliant.